Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel where Cowboys Nation comes for the most detailed, real-time, and no-holds-barred breakdowns of everything happening in Big D. Today's update is a tough pill to swallow, and it's got the fanbase buzzing, insiders raising eyebrows, and the front office feeling some heat. We're diving into the latest bombshell surrounding Micah Parsons and his contract extension, or rather, the lack of progress on it, while across the league, the Pittsburgh Steelers just made a loud, strategic move by extending their own defensive superstar, T.J. Watt. This situation just added a new layer of pressure and urgency to the Dallas Cowboys front office, and there's growing concern this might turn into a full-blown disaster if the Jones family doesn't act quickly and decisively. Let's unpack what's going on. T.J. Watt, one of the few defenders in the league who can be mentioned in the same breath as Micah Parsons, just received another hefty extension from the Pittsburgh Steelers. The exact numbers? A deal that resets the market again. Watt's extension not only makes him the highest-paid defensive player in the league, but it sends a clear signal from the Steelers. When you have a generational talent, you don't hesitate, you pay him and lock him in before things get messy. Meanwhile in Dallas, we've got a generational freak in Micah Parsons who's still waiting, still playing without long-term security, and now watching his peers cash in while he continues to dominate without a new deal. This is more than just about money, it's about perception, respect, and precedent. The Cowboys have been flirting with disaster on this for months. Every day they delay, the price goes up. Every time another top-tier defender signs a massive deal, Micah Parsons' eventual number balloons, and the chances of friction increase. Fans can feel it, the media is circling it, and now with the Steelers' move, this story just exploded. T.J. Watt getting his money first sends a message not just to Micah Parsons, but to the entire league that other franchises are willing to show their stars the money before they even have to ask. Meanwhile, Dallas is risking turning their golden goose into someone frustrated, disillusioned, and possibly looking toward free agency or trade leverage down the line. Now let's talk about Micah himself. We're talking about a player who has transformed the Cowboys' defense since the moment he stepped on the field. Rookie of the Year? Check. Pro Bowls? Check. All-Pro honors? Multiple. Game-changing plays, leadership, relentless drive, and off-the-charts stats that make quarterbacks lose sleep. He's not just a linebacker. He's an edge rusher, a coverage backer, a tone setter, and arguably the most impactful defensive player in the league right now. So why isn't he paid yet? That's the million-dollar, or should I say $100 million question. Sources around the league say Parsons' camp is watching closely, waiting for the Cowboys to make the right move. But the concern is growing that Jerry and Stephen Jones are playing a dangerous game of financial chicken. Remember what happened with Zach Martin? With DeMarcus Lawrence? Even Dak Prescott's contract saga dragged out way longer than it should have and cost the team millions more than if they had just done it early. The Jones family's tendency to wait until the last possible moment has backfired before, and this could be the most explosive example yet. Parsons knows his worth. And after seeing T.J. Watt secure another bag, that worth just went up. This also raises serious strategic concerns. The Cowboys' defense runs through Micah. Dan Quinn may be gone now, but the foundation of the defense was and still is Parsons' versatility and explosiveness. He moves around the formation like a chess piece, demands double teams, frees up others, and generates turnovers. If he's not happy, or worse, if he eventually holds out, this defense could collapse. Dallas isn't just risking a contract delay here. They're risking the stability of the entire unit. And let's be honest, the offense isn't exactly a juggernaut right now. Dak has his issues, the offensive line is aging, and there are still question marks at running back. The defense is the anchor, and Parsons is the engine. The T.J. Watt deal also changes the negotiation landscape completely. When the Steelers handed Watt that deal, It raised the bar not just for defensive players but specifically for edge rushers like Parsons. The Cowboys can no longer negotiate from a position of we're setting the market. That ship has sailed. Now they're reacting to a new market set by the Steelers, and that gives Parsons and his agents a much stronger hand. It's simple economics what got paid. Parsons has better stats and more upside, so you better believe he's coming for more. This is where the Cowboys might get caught flat-footed. The longer they wait, the more leverage they lose. And let's not forget that Micah's personality is one that demands respect. He's been vocal. He's been loyal. But he's not the type to be taken for granted. Adding more fuel to this fire, there are whispers growing louder that other players in the locker room are watching this unfold and wondering what it says about the Cowboys' approach to their stars. If Micah Parsons, of all people, isn't getting the bag quickly and clearly, what does that mean for everyone else? This can easily become a culture issue. Retaining elite talent is about more than just the cap space, it's about optics, leadership, and team morale. T.J. What getting paid is a signal of trust and belief. Micah Parsons waiting? That's starting to feel like neglect. Let's talk numbers now. T.J. Watt's extension reportedly averages out to north of $30 million per year. That's absolutely historic territory. And guess what? Parsons will want more. Rightfully so. Younger, faster, more versatile, and already more impactful in some statistical categories. And you can bet that his agent is preparing for a record-setting deal. The Cowboys need to understand they're not just negotiating with a player, they're dealing with a brand, a cornerstone, and someone whose presence could define the franchise for the next decade. If they mess this up, it won't just be about one lost player, it will ripple through the whole organization. Now let's shift gears and look at how this affects the team's future. The longer this saga drags out, the harder it becomes to plan financially. You've got other contracts coming due. CeeDee Lamb is going to want his money. What happens when you're trying to balance multiple mega deals and you waited too long to structure the most important one? Smart teams handle their franchise players early to allow for cap flexibility later. Delaying Micah's deal compresses everything into a dangerous bottleneck. Imagine trying to extend both Lamb and Parsons while also filling holes on the offensive line and in the secondary. That's how teams collapse under their own financial weight. There's also the issue of timing within the league cycle. The offseason is when deals like this get done. Once training camp kicks off, focus shifts to football, and players don't want distractions. Parsons has already hinted that he doesn't want to negotiate during the season. If Dallas doesn't act now, they risk having this cloud hang over the locker room all season long. And the media will latch onto it weekly, turning every press conference into a circus. Distractions lead to dysfunction. Dysfunction leads to losses. It's that simple. Fans are already sounding the alarm. Social media is full of posts demanding the Cowboys pay Micah now. Hashtags like Pay Parsons and Extend Micah are trending, and for good reason. Fans know what he means to this team. They've seen what happens when elite talent walks out the door. DeMarcus Ware, Byron Jones, Amari Cooper, each departure hurt. Parsons is a different level. He's the kind of player you build dynasties around, not gamble with in contract chicken. The fans know it. The analysts know it. Even former players are speaking out, saying it's time to reward the man who's carried this defense and redefined its identity. And let's not forget the broader message being sent to free agents around the league. How the Cowboys treat Micah Parsons is being watched by everyone. If you're a star player considering a future in Dallas, and you see them dragging their feet on Parsons, you might think twice. That's the reality in today's NFL. Players talk. Agents talk. The league watches. And right now, Dallas is not sending the right message. The Steelers? They just reminded everyone that loyalty is rewarded and stars are respected. Micah's response so far has been diplomatic, but measured. He hasn't thrown anyone under the bus, but he's made it clear he wants to be valued. That's a professional move, but also a warning shot. He's not going to beg. He knows his worth. And now that T.J. Watt has reset the market, the next move belongs to the Cowboys. This is a pressure cooker situation, and the temperature is rising fast. One wrong move and you risk losing the face of your defense not just to free agency, but to frustration, resentment, or even public backlash. There's also a wild card element here. What if another team comes knocking? What if trade rumors start swirling? It may sound extreme now, but if the Cowboys drag this out and relations sour, nothing is off the table. Players with superstar status have more leverage than ever before. They can force trades, sit out games, or take deals elsewhere when the time comes. And fans will never forgive this front office if they let Micah Parsons walk or worse, trade him over contract mismanagement. The stakes couldn't be higher. As we sit here today, the Cowboys' top priority must be clear: extend Micah Parsons. Make him the highest paid defender in NFL history. Set the standard. Show your locker room, your fans, and the rest of the league that you know how to take care of your own. Because if they don't, the repercussions could be catastrophic. The defense could unravel. Team morale could dip. And a golden window of opportunity could slam shut before it ever fully opened. In closing, this isn't just another off-season headline. This is a franchise-defining moment. T.J. Watt's extension has changed the game. And now the ball is firmly in the Cowboys' court. Do they step up and secure their most valuable defensive player before it's too late? Or do they keep playing the waiting game and risk turning a championship contender into another what-if cautionary tale? Time will tell. But one thing's for sure: Micah Parsons deserves the bag. And the clock is ticking. If you're fired up like we are, drop your thoughts in the comments. Should the Cowboys pay Micah Parsons now? What kind of deal do you think he deserves? And how do you feel about the Steelers making their move first? Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell so you don't miss any of the breaking Cowboys news we bring you every single week. Thanks for watching, and remember, this is Cowboys Nation, and we fight for our stars.